What's up, friend? What's up, friends? My friendos, my friends out there in Indonesia and wherever you happen to be. I don't look fantastic. I probably don't sound fantastic, but you don't have to be perfect. You just gotta show up. Showing up is half the job, or more than that, 3/4. Putri Ariani, Alan Walker, who apparently is a ninja. This is the only second time, I think, seeing him. Apparently he's a ninja. And then Peder Elias. I am Ellis. His name is Elias. A lot of times there's confusion. Ellis, Elias. Let's see what's going on. Whoa. So that's Alan's voice? Who's that? I gotta say, I already love the melody. The voice is nice, but the melody is super strong. Nice. Thematic. I gotta stop here. That melody right there. Back up. I can't sing that high or sing well, but da dum ba da. There's a little jump up, fall down. I don't know if you would call those appoggiaturas or not, but da dum ba da, and have it again da do da da. So you got a 4. You got a set of a pattern that sequences down, which just immediately it makes your ear feel so happy. Right? It's coming right after this phrase. Right there. Boom. Oh. And that's an elongation of that. So we actually have 6 thematically repeated phrases. The second 2 are, I would call them elongated. I would call them elongated. Terminology changes where you take the same basic outline and use ornamentation or changes of note values to basically elongate, extend a phrase, but retain the essence of a phrase. Right? 4. Well, we might as well finish it. He repeats the phrase. So we had 6 things. We had 4 almost identical, 2 elongated. Phrase repeats. So now we get the 4 again. And then we get, I forget what you would call it. But it's when you change the repetition of a phrase to create an ending. So when you think about the actual structure of the melody itself and why it's so inviting, is you hear roughly 8 of the same things back to back. And in the place of the last 2, it's altered. Right? 6 and 6 would be 12. Instead, it's 6 and 4. No, so 10. 10. You're 10 of the same thing. And then the last 2 have been altered to create an ending. That's our ending. I love her in this setting. So the da 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 da, that little thing, that's a repeating fragment and motive that we're hearing all throughout it. So in the chorus, it's a little bit shortened, but so we're seeing consistency and a melody across different sections, which that's good songwriting. Well, I guess in this case, I think I would call it good music writing. The music, I think, is primary. The lyrics are secondary. Because this could be in a different language that I don't even understand, and it would still be captivating, because that's how strong the music is. Nice. Oh. So the whole thing is still this sliding mountain. So what we're really seeing here is, it's pretty common, but there's a lot of different ways you could do it, is that if you were to take all of the notes and write them out on a piece of paper and then draw a line, like a best fit line I'm going to go statistics. What you kind of see is a mountain range, like where I put my hand. A mountain range that goes up, and it comes down, it goes up, and then down further, and then up, and then down further, and then up. It's like a descending mountain range, right? Because you have a low note that goes high, and then it falls. Comes down, bounces up, but the actual highest note keeps falling. It's like, I would call it musical notation topography. There's a better name for it, but that's what I would call it. Awesome. Oh, and I guess this is a vocoder or digital reworking of Who I Am. It sounds like it's just the phrase Who I Am has been detuned and chopped up. I think that's what we're actually hearing is Who I Am. But it's all kind of like Eastern-y flavored. Nice. Extended. I'm sorry, I should be more clear. The section looked like it could have ended right there and gone back to either a verse or a chorus, probably a chorus more predictably, but it actually got extended out. It looks like they're going for a second lap of this contrasting section. I don't know if you would call it a bridge or an interlude. But we have our verse chorus structure, verse chorus, and this is our contrasting third section. Super extended. Makes me think that actually I'm hearing the chorus reworked. We're at 2:41 in the timestamp. Let's go back a little bit. I want to see that first change. Where is it? Right here. And this is... No, it's not the same section. That one's standing on a stagnant bass. This one has this bass that's moving upwards, ascending bass line. Right, 3 cents. Beautifully done. I think that's that's a phenomenal song. I think my favorite part about it, other than the singing, the actual quality of the singers, I think my favorite part about it is that that reuse of the motive. And that's probably why I noticed it, because I just love it that much. But I think also the song illustrates that complexity can be revealed in different ways, right? You can have complexity of virtuosity, singing incredibly different lines or playing very difficult instruments. You can have complexity in the notes versus each other, like contrapuntal music or something like that. But this is actually a fairly straightforward structure harmonically. Harmonically just being the chords. The chords seem, I don't know them off the top of my head, but it seems very straightforward. The complexity is in the very effective melodic writing, switching the style completely on the chorus. Very completely different rhythm section to get you a completely different feel. And the cutting out of all percussion and having those synth pad swells and those string sections. So really, if I had to pick it, I would say melody first and use of shifting textures, and the textures being the instruments and rhythms that we're using in a section. So we got some percussion in the verse. The style of the percussion very much changes in the chorus. And then we have sections where there's no percussion at all. The song is only, what, 3 minutes long, something like that. So to change textures that many times, it's really clever. It lets you keep a song short, but gives it some dynamic range. And I didn't know I was going to analyze it like that, but that's what I did, and I'm gone.